Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 11 of this NHL 20 Halifax Highlanders Canadian Cup franchise mode here. Just before we start this video, if you guys are new to the channel and haven't yet, please consider subscribing. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs. We're well on our way there. And, if you don't enjoy the content so much, do it for the new lettuce, hey? It's looking pretty clean. I'm enjoying it. I was wearing headphones, so it kind of flopped a little, but it's all good. Let's jump into the video. So guys, last episode, we completed our first ever three-peat in this series. It has been a grind. It's taken us, at least 6 seasons now. 7 seasons, actually, to win 3 Stanley Cups, which is very good numbers, but at the same time, it has been tough. We have had to make a lot of moves and a lot of difficult decisions that have definitely paid off here. If you look at the awards in the last 3 Stanley Cup winners, you can't deny that we've made the right moves. Like, that's just insane. Anyways, what we're going to do here is get into some comments right off the bat because, well, that's how this series is going to run. So, starting off here with comments, Data782 said, "Great to see you back, buddy. What a wild comeback in the Cup Finals there. And sheesh, the rich get richer with that lottery. XD. Definitely trade down for Wheeler. I'm sure you're aware, but just be very cautious of the contract length / salary cap restrictions over the next few years with so many great pieces. Nothing worse than being so OP that you can't live your life." And shout out to Eric Stahl for a legendary career. Leave a heart for him, guys. Leave a like for Eric Stahl's career there after last episode, honestly. So thank you, Data, for that. That's awesome. Great comment. Hobby Reflections here said, "Man, love your content and vids. You have done amazing. Yeah, you've done amazing building a great team. Found your channel yesterday and binge watched your series. Keep up the great content. I am in Edmonton. Can't wait for hockey return." Let's go, Hobby Reflections, man. I am so pumped for the Oilers season to get back on track here for the playoffs. That is going to be insane. And yeah, just can't wait for that dynamic duo to be back in play with McDavid and Draisaitl. He also had one other comment here that I found very interesting, saying, also, I would couple your lower first-round pick and pair it with a player who has to go, in brackets, Jake Bean, to move up in the draft and assist in freeing up cap space for Harrison O'Brien. That is a very interesting comment, and honestly one that I think we might play to because, yeah, that will work very well. Let's see. Got Jake here said, "Pretty good team." Yeah, we're pretty good. We only won 3 cups in a row, but, no big deal here. The Hockey Analyst, if you guys don't know who that is Nikita Nazarov, same channel. He just rebranded himself really recently. He said, "This team will definitely be top heavy in terms of money." That was a quote from me in that last video, and yeah, that's totally how this thing's gonna work. He said, "By the way, you can't offer Duclair an extension till January 1st because you signed 1 more year." All right, most of these comments were just he was watching the video and he commented along the way. So this is a big one. He said, "You got the three-peat, but also Duclair scored 3 times in the deciding 7th game. Congrats. Feel bad for the Oilers as we as Oilers fans have been seeing nothing or enough losing already. So it would have been nice if they had won, but it just wasn't meant to be. As they say, better luck next time." Yeah, that was a crazy series, and just I haven't seen anything nearly as insane as that in a long time in this game. He also said, "Yes, Wheeler is the guy to take in the draft, as well as Sturback. If you can't get both, just get Wheeler. I suggest you move down to 5 just to make sure Wheeler is still available, but at the same time, try to get a good asset / assets when moving down so you can use those assets to get Sturback, which means acquiring another first rounder." Great video once again. Keep up the great work. Looking forward to more videos. Thank you so much, Nikita, man. I am seriously enjoying the interaction, the amount of comments that these videos are getting. That is what is making this series run and work. It's been awesome. And then we had one last comment here from Bardowski Snipe saying, Grinder is a really good 4th line. It could give you a +3 or +5 chemistry boost. So we're going to try to, kind of build that. the way I've been looking at it here, guys, we do have a ton of prospects that are going to be jumping up into the team heading into this next season here. We do have to get through the offseason, all that stuff. This is going to be crazy here heading into the draft. But I just wanted to show you guys what our draft class is looking like here, who we're going to try to be selecting, things like that. I've got Johnny Knights pinned right now, but at the same time, we don't really need him. It would be nice to get a high top 4 defender because they can turn into elites, but and elite defensemen are fairly difficult to come by too. So that's the other thing there. But I think what we are going to do is probably just trade down for Bryson Wheeler. I know Hobby Reflections was saying try to trade up, but we don't need to. We have pick 2, and we want to take the guy at pick 6, which is crazy. But honestly, we might just hold on to pick 2, select Wheeler with it anyways, even if there are supposedly better players on the board. Wheeler is the pick for us. There's no question about it. And I'm hoping he's either going to be a sniper or a power forward. He's going to be one of those 2 player types, and whichever one he is, he's going to be insane. And then, yeah, we will probably be moving Bean to try and get Jamison Strback there, as he's going to be a sick defenseman. I assume he's going to be defensive just with the size and mobility and all that stuff. Honestly, Gilbert Roy as well, or Gilbert Roy, however you want to say it. Those guys both just look like great selections, so maybe we end up trading up and getting a couple picks. West we were looking into because he is 3-bar elite, but probably not going to take him. And then this guy here, Elias McDonald, probably going to be another pick that we do select, or a player that we do select. There are lots of options. I have pinned a lot of guys here, but I don't know how many we're actually going to get. As you can see, the majority of these players are in the top 3 rounds of the draft. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult. We're going to have to definitely pull some strings and make some big trades here if we're going to get this draft to work in our favor. But we've done this so often in the past that even if this draft doesn't go quite as planned, I think we're still going to be good. So, first things first here, we are going to get into the draft. I'm going to just let... I don't even know who's ahead of us right now in the lottery, but we've got that high pick from Winnipeg. So we'll let whoever has the first pick make their selection and then go and call a bunch of timeouts and do things like that. But let's just see how good. Oh, is Montreal got the first pick? Shoot, man, they're going to be insane because they got Guy Paillet, and then they also got... That's insane. Okay, so let's let them take this. What's his name? Is it Schroeder? Schroeder? No, it's Lutzer, sorry. And then the Schroeder. So yeah, I think we'll probably end up trading down or something like that here. We'll just see what happens. Nobody in the top 6 wants to trade. And see, when you do that, when you trade down, you barely ever gain any kind of value because these teams, if they don't want to trade their pick, you're not going to get any additional assets, which is totally an issue in this game. But anybody have 2 picks in the top 10? I don't think so. Or even the top 15. Okay, this is going to be difficult, but we're going to let Montreal make their pick. This might be a franchise player. I'm not entirely sure here. Lutzer might be a franchise playmaking center, and that would be insane. So let's see what happens here. And no, he is elite, but that's another 83 rated playmaking center that the Habs grabbed 2 years in a row, first overall. So we're going to call a timeout here. We're going to start making trades, moving assets, and clearing up cap space for our big name players that we're going to keep around long term. And then we are going to probably just select, go way off the board, make this supposedly absurd draft pick here in Bryson Wheeler, but we'll take him second probably. I don't care if he's not the highest rated prospect. He is the best fitting player for our system. He scored over 100, but he actually scored 115 points with Regina, which is insane. And yeah, I just think he's probably the pick to go with here. So we're going to do that here right away, but let me just see what other strings I can pull. All right, guys, so I think I have just about all my prospects pinned here now. What we're going to do is we're going to go like this, just show you through. So Johnny Knights is probably the only guy we're not selecting off of this list, or we're not going to try to go out and get, but we'll definitely be taking Wheeler. I want to try to land both Gilbert Roy and Jamison Strback there, because those 2 guys are just going to be crazy good. They got really low ETAs for their positions, and they also have some very nice stats on them by the looks of it. So, like, you look at Strback's letter grades here, even though they're not guaranteed, he's going to be insane. He's going to be a very good skating, defensive-minded defenseman, probably. And then Waugh looks insane. I'm going to say Waugh because he's playing in the queue. So, Gilbert Waugh is what we're going to say. And then Beaufait, I believe, because, again, he's in the queue. I'm hoping he's a grinder at that size, 6'5", 210 at 18. That's insane. And then we got Jacques Bourgeois. Bourgeois, I believe is how you say it. Jacques Bourgeois is probably going to be a two-way forward. But we got to trade for a bunch of these picks because I need to show you guys where we're still in a huge timeout here just to get all this sorted out. But I need to show you where all our picks are because I do have a lot of players I want to select, but at the same time, we literally don't have a second pick until the very end of round 3. And then we have the last picks of round 3 through 7. So we're definitely going to be moving the majority of these picks. I think I'm going to hold on to pick number 128, and that's going to be it. Every other pick, so our 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounders, we will move in trades. And go from there, I guess. Okay, so for the Blue Jackets, we're going to try to snag their 11th overall pick. They have $18 million in cap space, which is beautiful. That's exactly what we needed. I'm going to try to grab pick number 75 as well in this deal. We go. I don't really need pick 43. Okay, so that's Columbus. Just hold up, or bear with me here. And then Anaheim's got 12 and 44. Okay, 12 and 44 versus, what's the other number here? 12 and 44 versus 11 and 43. Okay. We'll go with pick 44. So we're going to do fairly balanced deals here. So Columbus, we're trying to grab their 1st and 3rd round pick out of this draft. And then what we're going to toss in here is we're going to go with our late 3rd rounder, as well as a 5th rounder in this deal. These are just filler pieces. I'm not trying to get any value with these, but with the skaters matching the trade block, Jake Bean is most certainly on there. So I know this is going to affect morale quite negatively, but at the same time, the value is just limitless in comparison. So what we are going to try to do now is we're going to go back to draft picks, and we're going to try to snag 2 more 1st rounders off of the Blue Jackets. And that looks a little more balanced. So that's 3 1st round picks and the 3rd round 75th overall pick this year for Jake Bean, and then a 3rd and 5th rounders from the Highlanders. So does this go through? Let's see. It does. Okay, so massive deal there. We land pick 11 as well as pick 75. Right now, morale drops due to Jake Bean, but we had to make that move. So there you go, blockbuster move. Jake Bean heads to Columbus in exchange for a ton of 1st round picks. And, thank you, Jake. It was a great couple playoff runs there that all turned out exactly how we wanted them to. But moving forward now, we are going to look to move at least one more player due to cap space issues. And this is going to be a slightly calmer trade here. It's not going to be as crazy with the players that are involved. So the guy we're going to try to move here is going to be Brett Howden, as he is just taking up a lot of cap space. And then if we could go Howden and, Duclair's going to be difficult. I don't want to move him, but he provides a ton of value. So with Duclair, this is tough. I think we have to move him. I don't think we really have a choice in the matter here. And, I know that you guys commented about Duclair possibly staying just because he was so lethal and crucial for our 3rd line there. Like, he really was. There's no question about it. He killed it. He killed it in the playoffs this past season. You look at his stats. For a 30-year-old winger, he did absolutely fantastic. His playoff stats, 8 goals, 7 assists from the 3rd line. Like, that's awesome. The only problem is that he's requesting around $5.5 or $6 million. So we just don't have the cap space to do that, not with Harrison O'Brien on the block, and same with Brendan Othman. That's going to be issues that we will, try to get past. Actually, let me just see. Did we Did we actually get Brendan Othman deal done here? I'm trying to remember. I think we did. And we did not. Okay, yeah. So Brendan Othman. We did get a deal with Bedard, I'm pretty sure, but we didn't with Othman, and then we also didn't with O'Brien. I'm pretty sure. Fuck, you can't view that in any way, which is really... Oh, there's the extension. Okay, wait, so Clark's got one. Okay, O'Brien doesn't have an extension. Hold on. Yeah, Bedard has that. Oh my god, that blows me away. That extension is insane. $9 million for the next 8 years for Bedard. He's going to be worth way more than that. There's no question. But the other thing here, with our selection in Bryson Wheeler coming up here, he might potentially bump Othman or Barker out of the lineup eventually, just with the skill and talent he possesses already as an 18-year-old. He might be a better fit than Othman, and if he is, Brendan Othman's the odd man out here. But yeah, Othman doesn't have an extension yet, so we cannot afford to keep Anthony Duclair, as he's just going to be too expensive. So yeah, no, the lunch shit, we're not sending anywhere, but here we go. We're going to send this deal. Hope it goes through. No, don't discard. I hit the trigger by accident. Anyways, we're going to 6th and the 7th rounder, Brett Howden and Anthony Duclair, a bunch of our depth pieces in exchange for the 12th and 44th overall picks to Anaheim. Do they accept it? They do not. All right, so we are going to have to add some kind of extra value here, which, you know, shouldn't be too hard. We have picked very well over the last couple of seasons and should definitely be able to toss a guy like either Venkateshin or... You know what? Matthew Delcole would be another piece to move that. Actually, no, Lawson Crouse is better. So if Crouse gets this deal done, I will be super happy. He does not. Okay. How about we save that last 7th round pick and make that selection? Oh, hold on. Okay. We'll hold on to the 7th rounder and we will toss in a 1st rounder. I know this is going to crush morale because a whole bunch of guys are getting moved, but let's send our 1st round pick in this deal as well from next year. I think this will go through. I would assume it will, but no, it doesn't. Wow. Not enough value. So let's pull Crouse out of the deal, and then let's look into what do they want for goalies. See, I don't want to give up Wiseman because he's going to be sick in the future. Like, he really is. So maybe not Wiseman, but maybe a guy more like... Oh, this is tough. I don't want to send Venkateshin, but I kind of do at the same time. Even, like, he's a sick player. Venkateshin we selected 40th overall last year. He's grown 9 ratings in one season, scoring 66 points with the Kootenay Ice. See, that's just a nice player right there. I don't want to get rid of him, but I think we probably would be making the wrong decision if we didn't. So, just because there's so many other great talents in here that we'd be limiting ice time too. So yeah, Venkateshin will send to Anaheim as well. This should get the deal done now because I know Anaheim doesn't want to move that pick, but this is just complete overkill on value. Okay, so Anaheim is not getting any of our assets at this point now because they seriously messed up. They lost an offer there, and that's going to cost them. So we're going to try to go to Philly instead. I'm pretty sure we've scammed Philly out of many deals over the last couple of seasons. And they got pick 42. Okay, so they're a little bit further up. I don't know if they're going to accept a similar deal or not, or what's going to happen here. So our Highlanders first. They do want Howden, so that's probably a bigger piece in this deal here. They want Howden. We can go with Venkateshin, and then I want to toss these later round picks in here, so at least 192. Oh, okay. I'm going to pull Venkateshin, hope that this goes through, just because Philly wants all these pieces. Does this work or what happens? No, rejected. Okay, we have to make it really worth it. Smack the mic there by accident. All right, so let's toss Venkateshin in. I don't want to get rid of him, but I think this is the right move. So here we go. And wow, man, I know that teams like don't want to trade first rounders, but you're getting beautiful pieces back. Like, don't kid yourself. You're getting some really nice draft picks in return. I can toss 2 Highlander first round picks in there because I don't value our first rounder picks at all. So does this go through? This is complete overkill on value. This one has to go through because it's Howden, Venkateshin, and 2 firsts in exchange for 1 first and 1 second. So Philly's not getting a deal either. All right, that's really annoying because I don't want to risk having somebody else pick. Okay. The only other way I can see this deal going down is we go like this. We grab their 2 picks or there. Okay, right there. So for those 2, actually, we'll go those 2 plus Philly's first next year. Okay, so we're going for a lot of pick value here. We're going to toss 2 of our first rounders in here. Then we're going to toss Brett Howden plus, where's Howden? Oh, there he is. Okay, Brett Howden plus Wiseman. I think we have to go with Wiseman just because, yes, he is the youngest goalie in our system right now, but young goalies isn't always the most beneficial. So we're going to go with Wiseman. That's huge value. And if they don't take this, I'm not going to be happy. They do not. All right, we're going to get rid of that 1 first rounder. This has to go through. Like, this just simply has to go through. You cannot reject this at this point. The amount of value you're getting back, we're literally handing you a goalie that can become one of your franchise corner pieces if you do it right, because he will probably grow into an elite goalie just with the numbers he's put up over the last couple seasons, especially where he's playing. You have to take Stu Wiseman, man. There's no way you don't take this deal. Finally. So yeah, we had to absolutely overkill that trade. It's too bad because that's just the way the trading works in this system. It's pretty broken. Oh gosh. The game's going to select a player for us if we don't call a timeout, which we do. All right, let me just line up my picks here nice and quick, and then we will start making them. All right, guys, we are finally ready to make picks here. This is going to be crazy. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. My hair looks so weird in the camera right now just because I was wearing headphones and they lay right over top like this. Anyways, I know you guys are probably going to say I'm insane or something in the comments here because we're selecting the 6th best prospect on the board with the 2nd pick. But you have to understand system fit and how crucially important that is for our system, as well as just the all balance with block and overload. Oh, it's going to be nice. I don't even care if he's a 2-way or a power forward or a sniper. I think he's actually going to be a sniper, just based on the amount of goals and assists he racked up in a season. He might be a power forward. I doubt he's a 2-way. Just looking at the goal scoring Magic Hands Pro release, he's most likely a sniper. So, Bryson Wheeler, welcome to the absolutely dominant Halifax Highlanders team. And he's 80 overall. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And he is a sniper like I called. So let's see what was behind him that we could have selected. Ahonen, not a big deal there. Schroeder was nice for sure, but we couldn't select either of those guys. So LA gets a little lucky there, but I'm happy with Wheeler. Knights is only 66 overall, so I'm glad we didn't try to take him. That was definitely a good decision. Vancouver is going to get Walter. Why did you take Walters? There was no lead on the board, and I'm pretty sure he was a center too. Wait, hold up. Hold up. There's still a lead on the board. Porter and Detroit Lux out big time. Usually elites only fall to about pick 6 or 7. Porter fell to pick 8, and Vancouver and you both took centers. Oh my goodness. If they don't ever win cups in this series, that's on them. Okay, they messed up big time. 2 clubs, not 1. And I'm assuming Porter's going to be great for Detroit throughout his career, unless Detroit's still absolutely god-awful. But my goodness, man, the draft class drama is always fun. All right, so we're going to sim over to pick 10. And Callahan, all right, he wasn't that decent. We are going to make this 10th overall pick. We're going to go off the board by 3 players, but Canadians, right? Hello, this is the Canadian Cup Challenge. We can only draft, sign, and trade for Canadian players. So here we go. Jameson Sturback, NHL ready. Heavy slap shot. I like that. Shutdown ability, great puck mover. Those are all great statistics. And 42 points, 10 goals in the queue at 17 years old. Is insane. He's 6'2", 195, so pretty big defenseman, and he's 77 overall. He's going to be nice. We'll give him 1 more year of development in the queue probably, just based on, even though he's NHL ready, he's not really, but not for our standards anyways, but still a very nice pick there, no questions asked. All right, so with our back-to-back picks here, we are going to take another Canadian prospect that I was hyping up in Gilbert Waugh. I almost said his name completely wrong. Anyways, 5'8" playmaker. He's got a lot of energy, crash the net. He'll fit in our bottom system pretty darn good. And the 1-year ETA you love to see. Never mind 70 points in 66 games, or 64 games as a 17-year-old. He's going to be sick. So, Gilbert Waugh. Oh, okay, not bad. 71 overall, playmaker, medium top 6. Just a really solid 11th overall pick there, especially with the point numbers he produced as a 17-year-old. So, I mean, I'm not upset. Like, I know that the 10 to 20 pick range never possesses many elites. So, I'm totally good with what happened there. Ooh, Dan Odell. That kind of sounds Canadian, but it kind of sounds American too. 74 overall, very nice player there. Honestly, guys, I think Bryson Wheeler is going to be one of the best players out of this entire draft class, just based on who he got drafted by, how he's going to link into our team, and how good he's going to be moving forward in the future in the NHL. I think he is going to be the best player out of this draft. No offense to all these other guys that, look good, like Lutzer and Schroeder, and, Porter might be the biggest steal, but I think, what's his name? I think Bryson Wheeler might be one of the nicest picks here. That's a steal though. William Oda, 15th overall. That's like a Matt Barzal kind of pick almost. And Langkow is pretty nice as well. That's a big, oh my goodness, lots of elites in the later picks here. Okay. Wow. That was a pretty darn solid first round overall. Obviously the last couple picks in the first round are bad usually, but right up until pick 25, Ottawa and those teams were just crushing it, and Dallas lucks out, and New York for sure. LeBarber was sick too, going to Pittsburgh there as a sniper. So we definitely pulled some strings, made some deals work here, and got a lot of nice players out of this draft still. But, Elias McDonald available at pick number 42. That is unexpected, but damn, I kind of want to go with him because Elias McDonald, I had on my radar. I just didn't think we were going to be able to pick him up with the picks that we had. So I might go with this right here over a guy like Bourgeois, who's got a later ETA, probably lower potential as he's probably only going to be a low top 6. I'm going to go with Elias McDonald. I know we just picked a right winger. We did just pick a left winger too, but I think we're going to go with McDonald here, actually. I just need to call a timeout. That's our last timeout, okay? All right, so yeah, we are going to take McDonald here. Bit of a weird one, but how that worked out. But for a second round pick, he's an earlier kind of second round pick, but 66 overall. We've seen one other player there with that overall. I mean, yes, 74 was nice, but for where we got Elias McDonald and the fact that he slipped a couple picks, that's just awesome. That's just a great pick. He's got how many points already? He put up 53 points with Prince Albert. That is awesome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in his remaining junior years here. That's going to be sick. So over to pick number 75 now, and this is where the picks are going to get a lot more interesting and unpredictable and dicey and fun. So Grinder and Consi, that's something that we do need to start focusing on, is landing more like Grinder and two-way forward type players in these later rounds, because that's what builds out your bottom 6 and makes a winning team. Tyrone Hillis, we're going to go search him up because that is a sick pick. My goodness, Hillis is absolutely insane. And Bourgeois, see, I called it, he was a low top 6. Yes, maybe he wasn't a little better. We definitely made the right pick there. But yeah, low top 6 versus medium top 6 is a big difference overall. No crazy picks so far in round 3. So I'd honestly be okay if Beaufait, this guy that we're going for here right away. That's not it. Okay, Beaufait right here. The other thing I need to do, guys, is I need to find somebody who's at the very end of the draft, somebody we can select with our simply last pick. Whether that be Osgood, probably going to be Bourgeois. Okay, no, we didn't take that other Bourgeois, so we could take this guy. He's pretty big, but he's also 20, but I think we might go with Maxime Bourgeois as our final pick, just because we do have the final pick of this draft. Or maybe Brady Cam, but I'm not sure on that one so much. Or maybe, Rafael Broder. We might go with him, even though he's probably only going to be like a fringe starter, if not a backup. But you never know. You never know who's going to turn out, right? So that's the crazy part about the draft in NHL. And that's why it's so fun and why I still enjoy the draft in franchise mode. But we're going to take Hugo Buffet, the second largest player. He is not the largest player we have ever picked because, what's his name? Kevin Weeks or Murray Weeks? What's his name? It is Murray Weeks. Was 6'5", 221 out of the draft at just 18 years old. So this guy's close. Doesn't have the same weight, nearly same height. But yeah, I'm expecting him to probably be more of like a grinder or maybe a two-way forward. But man, you put up 40-something points there as an 18-year-old and you fly under the radar this hard. He's going to be a nice low top six player still for sure. It's more just what his player type is. I assume he's going to be a grinder. He might be an enforcer even, but I'm assuming two-way forward's probably going to be the type that he is. So let's see how Hugo Buffet turns out for us. And he is a 61 overall power forward. Okay, so we could transition him to more of a grinder probably, just so that he could stick in our bottom six eventually. But yeah, it's really going to depend on how much he can grow. Good skating, good shooting, decent physical. The defense needs some work if he's going to make a bottom six role in the NHL eventually, but I'm excited for what he can bring to the table. So nice pick there again. All right, so we're going to sim over to pick number 128 now. Pretty big jump in picks, so lots of prospects are going to go in between here, and we'll see what happens with that. I'm just looking for any kind of potential here. Hope was decent as a medium top four defenseman. Same with Harding, but he's also 20 already, so that kind of sucks. Ooh, there's a nice pick. Tony Koivunen, 49 rated elite grinder. He's going to be a weird but insane player for Calgary if he grows properly. Ooh, Leonard Wyman. I think it's Wyman, but 58 overall high starter in the 4th round. Yeah, wow, nice pick, LA. Let's see who went behind Buffet here. Esberg was nice. Or Erzberg, sorry, was nice. Is he older though? No, he's 17. Dang. Okay, besides that, another low top four. Von Fersen's pretty nice as well. Medium top four. Okay, Callan was nice. High rated goalie there as a fringe starter. Couple of them, but Matthew Turris, probably the steal of the round for a 3rd round elite player there for San Jose. Hopefully he turns out and has a decent career for them. You love to see it, right? But anyways, with our next pick here, again, we're going off the board pretty heavy here. And we're going to take Jean Goulet, 6'4" center out of the queue. He's not very heavy, so I assume he's going to be more of a playmaker or sniper or something like that. Maybe a two-way. But let's see how he turns out, as he looks very good here. And he is we don't know because it's the last pick of the round, but that's what happens when you win the cup all the time. Okay, so he's a 56 overall, low top 9 two-way forward, so probably never going to make the NHL, unfortunately. But, end of the 4th round, you don't expect much. All right, and finally, we are going to sim to pick number 224 to end off this draft. That has taken a while here, but a lot of bottom 6 forwards. Wow. Usually there's 1 or 2 gems in the 7th round. Doesn't really look like it. My goodness, that was a terrible 7th round. Korostin was actually pretty decent for where he was at. Dang, bro, there was nothing in here. Like, Ulbrich at 19 is like the best player in that 6th round. The 5th round, what does it have? Couple medium top 9s. Okay, that's not so bad. We've definitely seen worse rounds just in this draft here, but Oh, medium top 4. Okay, Paradis is probably the nicest pick there as an offensive 19-year-old defenseman for Vegas. And then we had the last pick in round 4, so we kind of saw how that went. And yeah, to finalize this draft, we are going to go with one of these two players here in either Maxime Bourgeois or Rafael Broder. I think we're going to go with Broder just because, well, his glove hand could be a problem, but he had a pretty decent save percentage on what I would assume is a pretty bad Blainville, Broisbrand Armada hockey team. Jeez, that's incredibly difficult to pronounce because I don't speak French. So, all right, let's take Rafael Broder and see how he turns out here. All right, I have no idea how he's going to turn out. I assume he's going to be a hybrid, but we won't really get to see what kind of pick he is, as he is medium backup for sure. I think I saw about 56 overall there. It's hard in the split second that it's on the screen, but we can check him out as soon as we get to the contracts. So, I mean, overall, those first 5 picks were all great. I'm seriously happy with how they turned out. And I think Wheeler's going to be a big hit moving forward with this team. I really think we can make it work with him. And honestly, he's going to either take Othman or, he's going to be snagging Othman or Barker's spot eventually on this team, which is going to be a little dicey to, mess around with the team even more as far as morale and stuff like that goes. But overall, that was just an absolutely fantastic draft again. So guys, I just want to show you some Murray Weeks appreciation here, just because this defenseman I am hyping up. He's going to be insane. I'm looking forward to what he's going to be able to do. And he's honestly just going to be insane. So, not on the main roster. We do have a very good defense on this main roster. Like, I'm not even worried if Addison got way too big a contract. So, that might be a problem moving forward. But, yeah, he's going to get $4 million. Maybe we should have traded him. Anyways, sorry, not there, but where's Weeks? Right here. This guy is going to be insane. Look at this. Like, look at those stats. Look at those stats. He's defensive, okay? Defensive defenseman. Great defense, good skating, good physical. Actually a pretty good shot. Like, he's just all around. At that size, that's scary. Because he puts up points, too. He's been scoring 10 goals a season and then adding on a ton of assists. And he's gotten better every year. And he dropped his penalty minutes this year, which means he's serious about not just getting better, but becoming just an all-around asset to his team. Like that's something you'd love to see. I really think that Murray Weeks is going to be a gem in this team, and I honestly would not mind moving players to create space for him. Like, honestly, it's going to be insane. So yeah, this team is still set up very nicely. We do have extensions here we have to try and offer. He wants a 1-year deal. Hold up. Really? A 1-year deal? Oh, man. Okay. I guess we didn't move Duclair, and yeah, he wants too much money, so that's sad, but that's how it's going to go. Shoot. I'm trying to clear out our bottom 6 mainly to create cap. And this is going to be, this is going to be really difficult. I'm not looking forward to this, but I don't know how Othman's going to work either, because yes, he's a great player. He's 90 rated. He's been bumping his stats up every single season, and that's going to be tough. That is going to be really tough because he's been a great player, but I'm struggling to see where he's going to slot into our team properly. Because yeah, he's not the best fit for this team, which is too bad because he is a good player, but it's either him or O'Brien, and Harrison O'Brien, we're going to transition to an offensive defenseman most likely here moving forward. Or maybe we might transition him to defensive, honestly. Yeah, I gotta think about this a little more here as we keep moving forward with this team and how players are all going to slot together and power plays and stuff like that are going to work. We are going to have to change 1 or 2 player types most likely. But let's get a contract offer down on O'Brien here, and he wants $18 million for 8 seasons. That's not cool. 6 seasons. $16.7 million. That's still 14. That's still $14 million. That's insane. That's too much money. And I know he's a franchise defenseman. But my goodness, like... Okay, we're going to go $9.5 million for him right here. Actually, it's 9.47. Right. 4775. So yeah, it's 9.5 for 1 year. If we can get him on that, we might be able to get Othman here for one more season. But that's going to be bloody difficult. Okay. I don't know. See, Othman's a really good deal in comparison to Harrison O'Brien, but O'Brien's a defenseman, Othman's a forward. We need defense more than we need forwards, and that's going to be an issue. And yeah, Kalen Addison is going to be out of here too, most likely. Moving forward here, just based on the fact that we can bring up other defensemen like probably, yeah, Sturback won't get the call up because he is defensive still. But a guy probably, he's in the main roster, isn't he? Pouliot. Pouliot could definitely crack the NHL lineup, especially on a cheap contract. And yeah, our team is built very delicately at the moment. This is going to be tough because we do have to clear up that $4 million on Addison. And I think all that's going to happen here is we're going to qualify Othman for now. I can't offer him an extension. We have to wait till... Okay, those were all extension dollars that I was tossing around there. So, I'm not sure how this is going to work. So let's sim to the re-signing phase. And okay, Mario Colum is going to need a contract, and we're going to pay him whatever we have. Who wants $1 million as an AHL head coach? I mean, yes, our AHL team is winning, to be fair. But, okay, if we spend $1 million there, we go over to our... Stop, you fucking game. Stop. Okay, so, Harrison O'Brien re-signs. Derek Pouliot resigns. Those are 2 huge names. Okay, so let me budget all this out because this is weird. All right, so for the coaching budget, I don't think we can spend too much more money even on the coaching budget, which is crazy because, yeah, I can only drop another $400K into the coaching budget. So Mario Colum is not getting re-signed here, and we're gonna have to go find another head coach. Jesus. Okay, let's go to assign scouts. We do have quite a few scouts here, but you know, if they're not actually pro scouts, we do need to re-sign just for information on player trades and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, all our pro scouts are like, all right, I quit. And we're like, no, you can't. We need to re-sign you. All right, so there we go. All right, let's go back over to our coaches. So we've offered $1 million to Duchesne, who's a different system altogether. And then we have Colum, who's 61% right now, just because a bunch of guys haven't re-signed at the moment. But no, this team is going to... We can find another system just like this. We'll find another coach just like this. But you look at his accolades here with this team. 3 Stanley Cups, 3 President's Trophies. Wait, 3 President's Trophies. Oh, yeah. He was with us when we won the President's Trophy and got knocked out first round there in like our second season. So, yeah, that's like his coaching accolades are absolutely insane. But we're going to have to let him go because we don't have the money. Like, I literally have to fire like 2 more coaches to get this deal done. He wants $6 million. We only have 5. I'm going to offer him a $5 million contract, which is still insane. $5 million is a year as a coach. Like, that's more than the majority of our players make. Like, yes, there are exceptions to our highest talented players, but oh my dear goodness. Okay, we're gonna offer him that $5 million. I doubt he's gonna take that, but who knows? Like, really, who knows? It's always a toss up when you get to coach contracts and stuff like that. So Othman right now, we got $6 million in cap space. God damn it, we're so close. See, we do have enough to sign Duclair. But yeah, the $4 million on Addison is the kicker right now that's getting us. And yeah, that will allow us to sign Othman and have the majority of our top players here all on great contracts once we can actually sign him. But right now, he wants $8.3 million for the next 5 years. He only wants 9.4, and when we apply the rule of 85 to that, so 9.45, that's only gonna be an $8 million contract for the next 8 years. That's an absolute value that's a value menu deal right there. And yeah, the goalies I'm not worried about. Beta, we're not gonna sign. We don't need to. We have enough goalies, and yeah, all right. So, for now, I'm gonna qualify Othman. We're gonna try to get him in free agency here, as this is going to be a little bit of a dicey situation. All of our expirings consist of a lot of AHL players more than anything else. Samuel Morin, I will definitely offer a 2-year deal to and bump up his money a little bit. Same thing with Gaunts. Since these guys want to return, there's no reason why you can't give them the money and let them play. Murray Weeks is expiring, so he will soon be in our AHL team. Might not be this season, but definitely next season. Besides that, I'll go with Evangelista and Prokop just because they're younger. And Richie and Quenville can go for a walk. And, Hartman is actually a very nice player too. I will definitely offer him his entry level. And I think that's it. I'm not going with Eaton or Talbot. So, and actually Evan Vierling too, we should offer a deal to. I don't know. We offered 8 contracts. Bida we're not taking. All right, so let's advance a day here, see what happens. And Duchesne, not interested in the job title. Okay. Hartman signs, Morin signs, Gaunts resigns, Weeks signs, Vierling signs, Evangelista resigns, Innes resigns, Prokop resigns. All right. See, we could go for a guy like Rodriguez. I don't want to because I want our young guys getting up into the system this year. Forgive my dog barking in the background. That's just how he is. And let's advance one more day and just see what happens here with coaching and stuff. And, okay, Powell signs his scout. Are we going to get a coach or not? Let's go. We got Kaloum. To be honest, I'm not entirely so thrilled with the role you've offered me. It's just the money. That was the thing, is we got him for $5 million, which is a steal for this guy because he's got such great accolades. He fits the system we've been building around for the past 5 seasons. And I think we're good to go here. That's the only thing I was really worried about was our coach not re-signing, and he does. So yeah, I think we can get Brendan Othman for about $8 million here coming up. We're going to find some kind of deal for Kalen Addison. Going to be a little sketchy here. I don't think we're going to be able to re-sign Anthony Duclair, unfortunately, as much as I would love to keep him. We're going to start building our bottom 6 around our prospects here this upcoming season. So Philippe Duchesne doesn't re-sign as a coach. We shall figure it out in just a second here. Del Cole, I do want to trade. Same thing with Kalen Addison and... Oh, I totally forgot to sign Bryson Wheeler, our highest touted How did I manage that? How did I forget about Bryson Wheeler? We just drafted him 2nd overall. Oh my goodness, I am not paying attention here, really. Jeez, okay. So let's go out and pick up Wheeler. I think we have, we definitely have enough space. In the system, he's our 2nd best player after Othman, obviously. So obviously he signs with us right away. heads up to the NHL, where he's going to be our only other right winger apart from Jamie Barker. But you look at all these guys. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun, boys. The centers are dope. Oh, jeez, man. Perfetti is a beast. All these guys are beasts. Like, let's be honest here. And then the defense is sexy, too. We just need to find a deal for Addison that clears up some cap and gets us a Canadian defenseman that's only like $1 million a year or something like that. So here we go. Gonna make a couple moves here. We're gonna try to get Del Cole out of the system too. Just not because he's a bad player or anything like that, but just because we're trying to clear up cap space and youth prospect slots more than anything. So those two guys on the block are gonna be heading out here, which is, it's sad, but that's how business works. It's a hockey business world here that we're working with. And all right, here we go. So Addison and Del Cole. It's nothing personal, boys. It's just what we need to do here. And what I'm looking for is oh, wow, we get Buffalo's first. But there's a lot of offers here. What do we have for defensemen? Those are both Swedish defensemen there. Come on, boys. I need some kind of defenseman. Nate Schmidt is $3 million. Nope. Okay. So let's go to not Buffalo. Let's try Calgary. Okay, so we're going to try to send Addison and Del Cole to Calgary, and in exchange for, we're going to drop the second rounder, and we're going to try to pick up some kind of defenseman here. So what I'm looking for is a cheaper Canadian defenseman. Let's sort by overall first and just check out who we have here for options. Cale Fleury is not a bad Hayden Fleury, is not a bad defenseman, but it's more about money than anything right now. We could probably go with Kelvin DeHaan, as that clears up the $2 million that we need. It's too close though. I'm not going to take that. All right, so we're not going with Calgary. That's awesome. Okay, let's go with Carolina. They offered us their defenseman there, but we don't want those guys exactly. What we want is a guy like, he would be nice, Preston Cox, but he's not Canadian either. All right, so Carolina's not the team. Maybe Chicago. They do have Emilio Wang, who we were looking at, didn't end up getting, but he's a pretty nice defenseman too. Big size on that boy. Let's try it. If there's any way we get Emilio Wang in exchange for these two players, I would take it all day, but I just don't think this one goes through. And we are sending $5 million in exchange for an entry-level contract. So, no, didn't quite go through. Probably because Del Cole's on a pretty close to expiring contract. Let's try tossing in a Highlanders second rounder in 2028. If this gets the deal through for Emilio Wang, I will be so happy. So, no, okay. So that's not going to happen. Detroit? That one's interesting, because the Red Wings definitely have some defensive prospects. It's more just a matter of which ones can we grab that aren't going to hurt us cap-wise and still be good enough to play backup defensive roles in our team. No Canadians, man. Jeez. I mean, worst case scenario here really is that we take like a medium 6 defenseman or somebody who can't really play in our team so well, and then we just grow them in the AHL for now and bring up a guy like Enright or somebody like that. Like, that's not a bad scenario. That would work. But man, when you got a guy like Ethan Del Mastro on the board there, I will take him along with a Florida second if we can get it. Can we do that? That would be a good trade in my eyes all day. And there you go. So we've cleared up the cap. Othman is ready to come back here. We got $10 million in cap space. That's beautiful. All right. I want to see how much Duclair's making too, because obviously I'm still interested in him as he is an awesome player, but let's see what's going to happen here. So Othman wants 8.5 for the next 5 seasons. That's pretty damn good. Let's take a look at right wingers here too, as Duclair wants 5.7. We don't have $13 million. We don't have enough to clear. So that unfortunately is not going to happen. But here we go. So for Brendan Othmann, for 8 seasons, he wants $9.6 million. Times it by 85%. You got yourself an $8,100,000 and let's just go with an 8.2. I'd say actually 8.175. If he takes this, man, oh my goodness, I would be through the roof. That would be such an awesome deal. Like, I'd be over the moon. Sorry, not through the roof, over the moon. That's the saying. So let's advance a couple days. And come on, baby. We gonna get Othmann? It wasn't quite worth his time. Okay, so we're gonna have to go probably about 8.5 on a deal like this for 8 seasons, which I'm good with. If we can do 8.5 for 8 seasons on Othmann, that would be awesome. But I don't know if we will get this or not. So come on, Brennan, let's go. We need you. And Othmann, does he accept? It's suspending me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he's not taking any rule of 85 stuff going on here. So I think what we're going to do, he's dropping his price a little, which is always good. 7 years at, you know what, 7 years at $9 million is pretty good still. We're trying to save as much cap as possible because Harrison O'Brien's expiring at the end of the season, or the upcoming season. So is Lambeau, so are a bunch of guys, and it's like it's a bit of a mess still. It's not where I want it to be exactly, but it's not terrible either. So no. Oh my goodness. 9.5 for the next. You gotta be kidding me. Calgary, you guys are so annoying. I have to take this though, and that's $9.5 million for only 5 seasons on Othmann. I'm matching it, but like I'm not impressed with Calgary. I can't believe they even went out and sheet offered him. So maybe we'll trade him to Calgary when Wheeler becomes the more dominant force in the team, and he will eventually, just because Othmann doesn't have the greatest system fit. But that is it for the offseason. Let's get to the next season here. My goodness, that was crazy. All right, guys, so heading into the next season, we have sold 98.5% of our tickets. That's insane. That's just through the roof. Best numbers I've ever seen from probably any of my NHL teams. That's how crazy this team has been in this series. All right, so here's our goals for the next season. We have to win the Stanley Cup again, win our regular season home opener, get 30 home wins, and upgrade the arena parking. All right. Okay, guys, so I'm just looking through the team. I'm not going to show you it yet, but looking through the team, I'm really trying to make some choices here on how we're going to balance chemistry a little bit better. And what I'm thinking is we need to make at least one guy here an offensive defenseman from a two-way, because you look at our defense and like everybody except for one guy is either defensive or two-way. Like it's, yeah, like we have a lot of two-way kind of defenders, which is good that they can play both ends of the ice, but at the same time, it's expensive and it's difficult. So I think what we're going to do, even though he's the bigger body and it doesn't really make sense, I think what we're going to do is Brant Clark, because his shot isn't really that good, but he's just got a lot of power on it, more so than Lambeau's shot is really good too. I'm just realizing that now, but we're going to give O'Brien the offensive role as one of our alternate captains. Oh, why did I back out of that? I was in edit player. So yeah, Harrison O'Brien going to switch from a two-way defender to an offensive defender. We've seen this work in the Draft to Glory series with Amir Ferguson, where his point production just went right through the roof the second we changed him to an offensively minded player. And we're going to try the same here with O'Brien and see what happens, because obviously he was a number 1 overall pick, so we're expecting him to really turn out here for us if possible. And yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I think we're just gonna leave. We'll have O'Brien and Pouliot on the power plays, and then on the penalty kills we'll have Mallet and two-way defenders, which will work. It won't be as good on the penalty kills, but I'm okay with that because our team's offense is so damn good that we'll still just win games anyways, even if we are taking penalties. So here is how I've set up the team as of right now. It's not exactly how I want it to look, but it's pretty darn close. The only thing that I kind of wish we did was Korzak was up, because he's carry, cycle, balance. Okay. And how does carry, cycle, balance fit in this lineup? Carry, shoot, efficient, balance. Okay. And then, well, let's see down here. Balance, energy balance. So carry, cycle, balance. Would it work? Like, it would work still. It wouldn't be bad. But, Rafael plus is good. Gunther doesn't fit very well, which is too bad. Wheeler, we had to move down, but he is going to become our bona fide second line sniper here coming up. And what's going to happen most likely is we'll move Bedard up to the first line since he is a franchise player. He'll go up to the first. Wheeler will become the second line +3 booster there. The only reason it doesn't work as well on chemistry is because of Perfetti. Maybe if I switch Perfetti to a winger, he'd become exactly what we're looking for in that chemistry. But because we do have, that's a great lineup, but just for this first season here, Bryson Wheeler is going to be down on the third line just to start. Lawson Kroos is left-handed, so we'll go like that. Okay, that makes more sense. And yeah, Perfetti will eventually move over to the left wing. Wheeler will become our right wing sniper. And I think Othman will be the odd man out eventually. Not this season for sure, maybe not even next season. Depends on how much growth Wheeler can get this season. And then for defense, this is what we're rocking with. We're going to actually move O'Brien to his offside because both these guys are right-handed. If Clark's going to be playing a two-way game more so, then we should have O'Brien on the inside to maximize his point production. And yeah, we got +1 boosts throughout the rest of there. Obviously, that bottom line doesn't have a boost, but really, I could care less. They're pretty strong. Fourth line there still. And then for goalies, we got Carter Hart. Obviously, he's just insane. He's probably won 2 Vezinas now. Maybe not, but still, he's up there. And then, I gotta work with the special teams here for a minute or two to get them looking the way I want. All right, guys, so here's how our power play units are going to look. I got them both boosted up to +3, which is scary deadly here for other teams. If you take a penalty against us, you're getting scored on a lot. So we got Bedard, Byfield, and Barker as our top power play unit with Lafreniere and O'Brien on the back end. So that's just crazy good. Then we have the second units, Perfetti, Othman, and Wheeler, which is crazy. Again, Wheeler in that prime scoring position on that power play. And then we have Pouliot on there to maximize the offensive ability, and Brandt Clark is very offensively sound still. High senses, high shooting, decent puck skills, and decent skater. He's perfect for the power play still there. All right, so for the 4-man power plays here, we've got a big line on top here with all at least 92s. Which is insane because that's a 93 overall lineup +1 on Barker. And then Perfetti, Byfield. And then we have Wheeler and Pouliot on the back end, which, seems a little, actually, for this, I think we're going to toss Othman here just because he's got more experience. He's a better player and all that, so that works still. And yeah, it's still just going to be insane here, just the way things are set up with this lineup. It's going to be fun. There's no question about that. I'm going to actually toss Byfield at center because technically he does have the better face-offs by 1 point. And then for the penalty kill. All right, so guys, here is how the team's looking for the penalty kill. McCallum plus Clark and Lambos all out there to get the +1 chemistry boost, and then Perfetti, Kroos, Mallet, and Mercier on the second unit for a 0. So that's not bad, but I wish it was boosted, and I couldn't boost it any other way I tried. But then for 3-man, it looks really bad right now. I'm going to fix it up nice and quickly, and hopefully this will look better quickly. All right, so I think we're going to leave it on -1, -2 here just because I'm not seeing any other ways that this is going to work. So there's your special teams. Those are all important. And then for extras, obviously extras don't matter quite as much as long as guys are playing in the right spots. For our subs there, we got Paquette and Samuel Morin for the NHL. Okay, for the AHL. All right, guys, so this is what I came up with for the AHL lineup. It's a little weaker than it has been in previous seasons, but I'm not too worried about the AHL. That's not our main goal here. They've already won like 2 Calder Cups, which is great. Like usually I'd never have AHL teams win that much, and these guys already have. So I'm not worried about this lineup. This is how it looks. The guys to key in on here are Bouchard, Gale Daly, and Ryder Korzak, as those are going to be our main guys shooting up into the NHL over the next season or two. For defense, I would definitely say Enright and Del Mastro are the 2 brightest top 6 defenders there, even though, yeah, they're only top 6. They're sick, though. They're 2-way defenders that will slot in wherever we need them. Del Mastro 6'5", 225. That's scary. Okay. Didn't realize he was that huge. And then Enright's still, like, we didn't draft either of these guys. That's the craziest part. And they were literally drafted 8 picks apart, and we snagged 2 of them. Like, it's weird because they got supposedly no value, but they're sick. And then in goal here, we got Pascal Brisebois. He's going to be NHL ready next season. No question about that. He put up 16 wins in 21 games this last season. He's going to be our starter. 0.915 save percentage there. Crazy good stats. Then we look over at Lennox, who I thought was going to be NHL ready this season. Hasn't grown at all, and he's put up over 85 wins for our team in the past 3 seasons. Had nothing below a .905 save percentage, which is insane. And I love how this team looks. It's in such good shape, and it's going to be fun moving forward here. We do have enough pieces that even if guys are requesting extra money and stuff like that and contracts don't work out so well, we can just pull guys up from the AHL because that's how good our AHL system is right now. So I think that's going to be wrapping it up. I don't think we have any changes to our captaincy or anything like that. I believe everything's still the exact same with Lafreniere, Barker, and I'm drawing a blank. O'Brien, sorry. I was just going to say a name with an H, and yeah, Harrison is right. But there's all your jersey numbers. I don't think we're going to change anything really here. Gunther used to be number 11, but that hasn't really happened, so Lafreniere is 11, obviously. And yeah, not too many new players or anything like that. Samuel Morin, we could probably give him number 54, as he normally wears 55, but obviously Byfield has that number. Kernkovic, supposedly, yeah, he wears 21. The number we had for Gunther was going to be 10, but 27 looks good. I think it's going to be fine. So, oh yeah, and the one number I kind of didn't really talk to you guys about was Bryson Wheeler. He's going to be rocking number 80. We'll take a quick peek at him, just see like how his player type looks and stuff like that. Because obviously he is a sniper. He's going to be like one of the biggest shooters on this team, which is crazy because we have so many good offensive stars already. But yeah, no, he's going to be a nice piece here for this team still. Something else I was thinking about was possibly changing Kernkovic to a sniper just to help him fit with other players better, but I think he's good where he's at. We have Gunther playing on that line as a sniper already, and I think we're going to be just fine with that. So let's check out Bryson Wheeler here. Looks like he's rocking a mix of equipment. I'm actually seeing mainly Bauer on him right now. I usually just go best of 4, right? Like gloves, sticks, skates, and helmet. So let's make him a Bauer guy here. Even though, yeah, the gloves do look kind of sick. I'm not going to lie, those Warriors do look nice with the yellow and blue, but why are those all blue? Like, that just looks kind of terrible. Let's give him Vapors, sure. Okay. Give him Vapor gloves, give him let's give him a Supreme 2S Pro just to match the color more so than anything, and there you go. That is Bryson Wheeler. He's gonna be sick. Let's give him some kind of celly too here. Looks like he's already got some facial hair going too at 18, which is all right. Let's go for the I like the slinger one, but let's go for maybe not guitar, but let's what about the kayak? let's go with the stick ride for him. Yeah. And then appearance. Let's see how much of a playoff beard this buddy gets, because he's looking like he could be one of those guys that just absolutely cranks out a playoff beard. Like, oh wow, since he was already given facial hair, you can't like. Oh wait, no, it's just because it's set at beard length too. Gotcha. Okay. I didn't even realize the game did that, but yeah, there you go. Bryson Wheeler, our newest addition to this team. Obviously, we did draft other players, but he's going to be awesome here playing for us in the future. And right now in the present, too. So, guys, that is going to be wrapping it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and liked the moves I made, or didn't, like, let me know in the comments below. Hey, you leave comments, you're probably going to get featured, especially if it has to do with what's going on in the series right now. Also, make sure that you leave a like on the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm, helps get this video and videos I make in front of more people's faces on YouTube. Also, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs and we're getting there. And also make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss when I upload a video. But anyways, that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya.